Center for the Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week, Regional Semifinals, doubleheader action along with Chris Moore. I'm Dave Bacon. In Game 1, we'll take a look at 22-2 Mentor taking on 20-3 Warren Harding. Chris, you've played in a game like this, a big stage in a big arena. This is what it's all about for a high school basketball player.
Absolutely. This is one of those games that, you spend all that time in the gym in the off season for, all those, game situation shots, counting down to yourself. This is what it's all building up for, a big game on a big stage with two big programs in Northeastern Ohio, and an important game here in high school basketball.
Mentor comes in 22-2 on the year. One of their losses to Christ Academy from North Carolina. They won their classification state championship in North Carolina. The other to Garfield Heights, a team they also beat. You look at this team, nobody's above 6'4", but they find a way to get it done.
Absolutely. They've got a great backcourt, and they do a very good job of playing as a unit. You talked about them being moderately undersized. This is a team that doesn't start anybody over 6'4", but they've got versatile players. They've got quickness. They've got guys that can move around very well inside. And then you look on the outside, and you've got Justin Fritz, one of the best guards in Ohio.
We'll have more on him in just a minute, but Harding comes in 20-3, 2 losses to Shaker, 1 to St. Ed's. That's who's going to be playing in the doubleheader, second game of this doubleheader. They are just strong inside. They are tough inside.
Absolutely. They've got a great inside presence. They like to get the ball inside. They like to work in the half court. They're going to grind you with that half court offense. And if they're able to pound the ball down inside, it's going to create some very serious problems tonight for the Cardinals.
Well, one guy that will create some serious problems for Harding is Cardinal guard Justin Fritz. Top scorer in the area, 26.1 points a game. He's a guy that gets it done not only on the court, but off the court as well.
Justin Fritz is a leading scorer on one of the state's top scoring teams. He just didn't exactly start out that way.
I was used to being just like running around, guarding 2 people, and you can't do that as you get older.
So you were undisciplined as an 8th grader?
I would say so. I was a little bit undisciplined. I was undisciplined. I wasn't really ready for the system yet.
He's one of the biggest spazzes, and there's some good stuff right there, but he knows how I feel about him.
Energy's needed if you're gonna play for Mentor. It's full go basketball for 4 quarters.
People say we just shoot threes, and that's not true at all. Our offense has started with our defense. I've heard it since I was in 9th grade, but it's really not true. If we get a layup, we're gonna take the layup. But I think we have good enough shooters that we can shoot threes.
We can shoot the 3, very strong taking it to the hole. We score a lot of points, so Justin averaging over 28 points a game seems high. I think it'd be 22, 23 in most programs. He's over 90% from the free throw line, over 70% from 2s, and he plays defense.
Defense, the buzzword everyone uses, and the Cardinals live all over the court.
He takes the best players the majority of the time unless he's in foul trouble. He wants the best player. That's a good thing. Some people get assigned the best player. Justin wants to guard the best player.
Fritz is used to taking on the main role, like in baseball, where naturally Justin's a pitcher.
Pitching, you're the guy. Everything revolves around you. You're the main focus of attention, and it's the same way when you have the ball too. Everybody around you is looking for the pass, and that's what I love about it. I love being the guy.
Justin's also the guy in class. Well, if you can find him. Fritz is part of the Cisco program, where he leaves Mentor to take a computer information systems course.
It's a cool class because, you go on a computer, you click on a web page, you don't know where you're going. And this class shows you everything that you do.
Soon, Fritz will be doing a lot at Wheeling Jesuit, like majoring in business while playing basketball and baseball.
Justin always asks questions. He's always curious and wants to learn more. So he'll, like we were just talking about, going to college, what degree he wants to get, thinking about the next step even after college, getting a graduate degree. So even though Justin knows a lot, he's very talented. He's always wanting to learn more. Fritz has learned to be productive in his rare time off as well, working for a caterer, making and serving salad.
What goes into a good salad?
Lettuce. No tomato for me, but I guess he says he wants tomato. Cheese, croutons, and bacon bits, and ranch dressing.
Do you realize that a salad's supposed to be healthy?
It's not. It is supposed to be healthy, but we're back. We need to eat. We need to get a little bit of fat in our bodies.
The future for this student athlete with a future His goal? Coach college basketball.
What things does he need to take from you to be a good coach?
Oh, nothing. He's just got to go 360 and, don't do anything. He has the passion. That's the main thing. He doesn't need anything from anybody. And one piece of advice I would give him is don't do anything I do, Justin, if you want to be a coach.
Well, Justin Fritz, obviously a guy that will create some problems. You look at Harding, and we touched on it. They have big guys, but these are athletic big guys.
Absolutely. They've got, post players that can step out, they can do things on the perimeter, and that makes it very tough to match up. And for Menor, it's going to be very important that with the lack of depth at the post position, that they don't commit any costly fouls. And so it's going to be an interesting matchup on the interior tonight, and it's going to take a collective team effort by Menor for them to come out on top.
Now, don't worry about Harding. We say they have these big guys inside. They also have a very balanced team with some guards that can get it done as well. The Harding Raiders come in with a record of 20-3.
And the hammer down by Rashid Gaston.
When they get out and run, Harding looks unbeatable.
When we get to push the ball in transition like that, that's when we get the crowd excited with dunks and nice finishes and things like that, so that's really fun.
There's no question. When the Raiders are on the floor, everyone can see they're stacked.
It may seem simple, but it's difficult when you have a lot of individual talents, and you have to really make these pieces fit. And so, we talk about aggression on defense, rebounding the basketball, and playing unselfish. And again, when we do those things, we're a pretty good basketball team.
It really becomes obvious when you're trying to attack Harding.
They have to think 2 or 3 times about going into the paint because we have 3 or 4 guys who can block shots and who have a physical presence. And so that allows us to extend defensively with our perimeter guys because we can get out really pressure and say, if you want to go back door.
We like to be very active on defense. We long, athletic, taller than most teams. Our guards are very quick.
Offensively, the Raiders' size is tough to match up with, so you'd think zone. As soon as you do, Harding has you thinking again.
We like to go an inside-out game, play very unselfishly. Our guards look for the post down low, and we kick it back out to them and let them do what they do, create. It's really an advantage because that opens the floor out more. The defensive guards can't double down on us as much because they have to worry about the three-point threat, so it really helps us down low to be able to do our post moves, just finish strong and everything, so this works real well.
Sometimes, and this may sound kind of crazy, but the game comes easy and we become lackadaisical or disinterested, and that can't happen. Championship teams can't have those type of lapses.
We had a lot of confidence before the season, so nothing really has changed. We trying to do what everybody expects us to do.
Well, we've talked about each of the teams and what's coming up. We'll take a little bit of a timeout. When we come back, we'll take a look at how each of these teams got to the regional section and some key players to take a look for. You're watching the Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week live on Sports Time Ohio. Welcome back to the Wolstein Center. The arena is filling up as we get set for tip-off between Warren Harding and the Menor Cardinals. Let's take a look at how each team got to the regional semifinals here, the road to the regionals, and you look at it and interesting matchup.
Yeah, it was a couple of easy games early for Harding. Then they had to go into overtime against Green in the district finals, that to get to regionals. And for Menor, it was a little tougher than expected as the Cardinals, ranked 3rd in the state, had to battle it out with East Tech winning by 2, and then overcame a 15-point deficit to beat Brush by 4 in the district finals. And both Brush and East Tech have size inside like Harding does. So you're interested to see how that'll translate to tonight's game. That'll be very, very interesting because both of those teams are very similar to Harding. And really, time to take a look at some of the players to watch and how do you overcome size if you're Menor? Justin Fritz. Here's a guy that put a career-high 44 against Garfield Heights, another team with Harding-type size inside. Absolutely. Justin Fritz averaging 26 points a game on the season. He's one of those guys that can do it all sorts of different ways. He can score inside. He can get to the basket. He also has a very nice mid-range game, which is a bit of a lost art these days in basketball. And then, of course, the ability to step out, knock it down from beyond the three-point arc. And Fritz is going to be a very difficult matchup tonight for Harding. And no more of a difficult matchup than inside for Harding, Rashid Gaston, and he is just flat out tough. Yeah, and Rashid Gaston, 13 points, 9 rebounds a game. So he's one of those guys that even when he doesn't have the ball, you've always got to be aware of where he's at on the court. He's always looking to attack the glass, looking to create extra possessions for his team with that rebounding ability. And so definitely an important matchup, not only in stopping Rashid Gaston from scoring, but also finding him as shots go up and not allowing him to dominate the glass.
Well, we've talked about it for quite a while. We'll take a quick break, and then when we come back, we'll set the starting lineups and tip it off. It's the regional semifinals here at the Wolfstein Center, live on Sports Time Ohio. Tip-off of Mentor and Warren Harding is coming up. Of the regional semifinals, Warren Harding 20-3 on the year, taking on 22-2 Mentor. Both of these teams just 2 wins away from heading down to Columbus and the state Final Four. Of course, Sports Time Ohio will have the state championship games for the boys' side on the 24th, and the girls' state championships will be this Saturday. So right here for all the state championship action on Sports Time Ohio. Time to take a look at our starting lineups for the Mentor Cardinals. We've talked about Justin Fritz, and with good reason. Leading scorer in the area, one of the leading scorers in the country. Also a couple of guys that are football players. Mitch Trubisky, the quarterback. Brandon Fritz, Justin's younger brother, a really good wide receiver. Danny Wall and Connor Krasancic, the coach's son. Very athletic but undersized are the Mentor Cardinals.
Yeah, and Trubisky and Fritz inside are going to be very important defensively for the Cardinals tonight. And although they may not score a lot, they're 2 key players in this Cardinal rotation.
And on the other side of things, we've talked about the size inside for the Warren Harding Raiders. Rashad Gaston, 6'7", he is a load. Arthur Cook, 6'5". KJ Steinperson, a late addition to the starting lineup, going with the 3 guards with Shashawn Smith. Jesse Harden going to be key to handling that pressure for Warren Harding. The other thing to keep an eye on is they bring Shaheed Davis off the bench, another 6'8" guy who is flat out a load inside.
Yeah, and between Davis, Gaston, and Harden, you're really looking at the bulk of the scoring for this Warren Harding team. 35 points a game just from those 3 players. So very important. And then, as you mentioned, Davis coming off the bench adds a great spark to this team. When, things kind of get slowed down, guys start to get tired, he comes in. A very nice player to have coming off the bench.
Time to bring in the third person in our broadcast team, Amanda Turk. Amanda.
Guys, a big part of this game tonight, both teams really like to push the ball up the floor on transition. However, it's important for Mentor because the last 2 games they've been a little sluggish. Their shooting's been a little off, so they need to come out quick and push the ball up the floor. Now Harding, on the other hand, Coach told me earlier this week that the big thing is that since Mentor has that ability to move, and even though they played down the last couple games, he noticed that they are able to come back immediately and turn the game around. So Coach said that his boys need to be intuitive and understand where Mentor is going in their minds and on the court. Guys, back to you.
All right. Very good point. Amanda's Mentor is a senior-laden group. They've been in the big games a number of times, and they can turn things around in a hurry. The thing that I think the key to this game is going to be how well the guards for Harding can handle the pressure of Mentor. Mentor does not want to let them get the ball inside. How do you do that? You pressure the heck out of the guards, and Mentor's guards are very good at not letting big teams get into their sets.
Absolutely, and with Mentor, really they use that defense as an opportunity to score. Even when they're not knocking down shots, Mentor creates turnovers with that pressure and tries to generate transition opportunities. So very important also tonight for Harding to take care of the basketball. No costly turnovers out top near midcourt, as those will, as I said, generate transition opportunities for Mentor.
We had touched on it. Mentor finished the regular season ranked 3rd in the state in Division I. Harding 10th in the state in Division I. They meet in the regional semis because of the way the bracketing goes. Mentor got through a very, very loaded Solon district and had some of the bumps and bruises as we saw on their road here to show some of the teams they went up against.
Yeah, and you look to see how they respond from that. Did they take those games as learning experiences and grow together as a team, or did they come in tired? Do they come in sluggish? So as Amanda said in the update there, it's very important for Mentor to come in and get off to a quick start, because if they're able to do that, get that confidence going, get going up and down, I really think that defense and the offense of Justin Fritz will be too much for Warren Harding to handle.
And if Harding can get the ball inside, if they can deal with that backcourt pressure, get into their sets, or get the transition going where they don't turn the ball over, those guys inside, Mentor just doesn't have an answer.
Well, and you heard from Rashid Gaston, you know, he talked about how they like to get into transition, they like to get out, use the dunks, get the crowd involved, and so Mentor needs to be very weary of that. A lot of times out of pressing, you do give up layup and dunk opportunities at the other end. Mentor wants to try to keep this Warren Harding crowd at bay, as it seems that Warren Harding is out in force today.
Cardinals very proficient shooting threes. Justin Fritz connecting on 36% of them. He shot 224 threes during the year, and they have a number of guys. Danny Wallach, 36% from three-point range. He shot 146. And Krasancic, 35%. He shot 142. They will throw up the three if you give them an opening. There's Fritz on the drive, and he puts it in. Justin Fritz in the scoring column quickly.
Yeah, and you really like that as he uses the drive to get something at the basket. And now we'll see Mentor set back into that press we talked about.
And there's the hands from behind, is knocking it out of bounds. Mitch Trubisky, Harding keeps possession.
Good hustle there by Mitch Trubisky and almost causing a turnover. Lucky for Harding, it goes out of bounds.
Jesse Harden will inbound it. That's Cook with it. Cook actually from Euclid, Ohio. Family moved to Warren a couple years ago. Good patience. They work it inside to Gaston. And good help defense is Trubisky. And we get a whistle, and he stepped on the baseline. So Mentor's half-court defense doing a pretty good job early.
Yeah, and you'll see here, he can't finish the first. A good effort on the second, but just unable to get it back up on the rim there is Rashid Gaston.
Fritz. That's Trubisky.
They tried to ISO Trubisky on the wing there.
Wallach takes it in, and Gaston swats it away.
Yeah, and there you see the athleticism of Gaston as he comes across the help side for the big block. A good job there. We'll take another look at it here. He comes from the help side and just goes up with the left hand, sends it out of bounds. Ball back to the Cardinals, though.
Thing you're seeing early is if Harding's going to come out and defend the guys on the three-point line, they're going to take it inside.
Absolutely, and it's very key that these Harding bigs be ready to help early and often on those drives.
Fritz off the mark on the three. Gaston grabs it. Jesse Harden with it for the Raiders. Harden, a guy that can shoot the three as well. Pulls up from 20, won't go. Underneath.
And
it's going to be foul whistled on Brandon Fritz.
Yeah, and he was in a very bad spot there as Rashid Gaston had great interior position for that rebound. Forced to foul it. You see early Harding going to the 4-out, 1-in offense, trying to give Gaston room to work inside in the post.
There's Cook with a little turnaround. Finds the rim, and this time I think the foul's going to be on Gaston inside.
Yeah, first time Gaston got grabbed and the foul went the other way. That time Gaston was hit with a good box out. He tried to come up with the rebound anyways and unable to do so, gets the foul.
Glad you joined us on the Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week here on Sports Time Ohio. First game of a regional semifinal doubleheader. Shaker and St. Ed's will follow this game. Good patience by the Cardinals.
Yeah, and they're running a variation of the Princeton offense with that high post screen coming into effect. Very difficult to defend.
Brandon Fritz kicks it back out. Three-pointer by Wallach. He puts it in. Danny Wallach lulls him to sleep, and it's 5-0 Mentor.
Yeah, and then a ticky-tack foul in the backcourt there on Mitch Trubisky as he was applying the pressure too heavily, but you get a look there at Danny Wallach, and he's the other part of that elusive Mentor backcourt that plays so well together. He and, of course, Justin Fritz.
Nice pass inside. Gaston slams it.
Yeah, and Gaston did a good job of not only coming up with the pass, but going up and finishing in traffic there. A good dunk there by Gaston.
Steinforson with a nice assist for the Raiders, and it's now 5-2.
Men are really trying to keep the middle of the floor open to make it more difficult for these Warren Harding bigs to be able to help on penetration.
Goes off Justin Fritz's foot and out of bounds. It'll go over to the Harding Raiders. Substitutions coming in for Menor. Jeff Foreman and Caleb Potter.
And there you see as he tries to go back door there for Justin Fritz, hits off his foot and ball back to Harding.
Cardinals will substitute quite a bit because they like to pressure. Steinperson, gun, nice look to Gaston for the slam. That worked once, do it again.
Well, we talked about it pregame. When you do press like that, you set yourself up for layup opportunities at the other end, and Warren Harding right now doing a good job of breaking that press.
Potter comes in and throws in the three-pointer.
Caleb Potter, 6'3" sophomore, comes in, knocks down a big shot right off the bench.
Jesse Harden rims out, Gaston the rebound, and then Fritz takes it away. Justin Fritz, 3-on-3. And the bucket is converted by Foreman. So the two guys check in, they score 5 quick points.
Yeah, and that's what you like to see is that spark off the bench. And now Menor is kind of turning this into an up and down game. It's benefiting them right now.
Good defense by Gaston. Fritz gets it back and kicks it out to Wallach.
Fritz with the rebound from his back.
Three-pointer missed. Potter follows it, a whistle and a foul. It's going to go on the Harding Raiders. And it's Arthur Cook whistled for the foul. His first. And we've got a timeout. A timeout on the floor. 4:06 to go in the first quarter. 10-4. Menor leading Harding. It's the Notre Dame College high school basketball game of the week.
Notre Dame College offers a wide complement of extracurricular activities and college-sponsored activities for students to get involved in. And we really want our students to come here and to take advantage of learning inside and outside of the classroom.
We're building the dynasty here for sports. That's for sure. Our soccer team is top in the country. Our wrestling team, we're national champs. It's just a great aura of energy surrounding this school.
Welcome back to the Wolstein Center, and you take a look at Steve Arnold and his Harding Raiders trailing 10-4. Well, who says Cleveland doesn't have playmakers? We have playmakers right here at 9729 Granger Road, Garfield Heights, where the action is. Make Playmaker Sports Grill the only place to catch March Madness, college hoops, or high school hoops on our 30 high-def TVs and the 120-inch giant TV. Don't miss the St. Patrick's Day party. Get a free breakfast with any beverage purchase. We have corned beef and ice-cold Irish beverages. Call 216-663-8000 or visit playmakersportsbar.com for more details. The new Playmaker Sports Grill, 9729 Garfield Heights, where the action is. Right now, the action at the Wolstein Center, and the Menor Cardinals, 5 points off the bench, have a 10-4 lead.
Yeah, they got a very nice little boost off the bench from Jeff Foreman and Caleb Potter. Both come in and knock down shots.
Been impressed with the Cardinals' patience in the half court in the first 4 minutes of this game.
And they're doing a very good job of keeping Warren Harding defenders high. There's a turnover by the Cardinals.
Just a little careless by Justin Fritz, and it'll give the ball over to the Raiders.
But they're keeping those Harding defenders up high away from the basket. Again, trying to make it difficult for those defenders to be there in help side on penetration.
Shahid Davis checks in for Harding, and he gets the ball underneath, and a nice little finesse move inside for his first two. Davis giving Gaston a breather.
Yeah, that's quite a 1-2 punch of Shahid Davis and Rashid Gaston, as those two both are very solid inside scorers.
Fritz open for three. Draws the front of the rim, rebound Davis. Jesse Harden. Three-pointer. Delshawn Bell drills it.
Yeah, Bell spotting up in the corner, gets a good look from his teammate and steps into it and knocks it down.
1 point game. Wallach can't get it to go, rebound Davis.
Nice pump fake there, but Wallach unable to finish off the glass.
Harden draws the front of the rim, tipped up, twice as Irvin can't get it to go, and now Menor will come back. Fritz draws the foul on Jesse Harden.
Yeah, Harden just a bit too physical on the baseline drive by Fritz. Kind of rode him down to that end line, and the officials hit Harden with the blocking foul. You'll see here again, just a little too physical using those hands, and as soon as you get those arms extended, more often than not, you'll be hit with the foul.
Connor Krasancic, Kyle Morris, and Mitch Trubisky check back in for Mentor. Trubisky on the drive, puts it in.
Great finish there by Trubisky, gets it up over the long extended hand of Shaheed Davis, and now Davis back the other way.
He misses the jumper, rebound pulled down by Trubisky. Cardinals looking to add to the three-point lead.
And with this second group, one of the things that's important for Menor is to keep moving without the basketball. If they get stagnant, sometimes they have a hard time scoring.
Fritz can't get the runner to go. Rebound pulled down by Rashawn Smith. Three-pointer teed up by Bell, rims out, tipped in by Irvin. Nice job by Orlando Irvin to get in there and get the tip in to make it a one-point game.
Good concentration to go up there, kiss that thing back off the glass. A nice finish to pull his team to within one.
Trubisky, nice look. Morris all alone. Can't get it to go. Rebound pulled down by Shaheed Davis.
Yeah, Kyle Morris was a little surprised with how open he was, and I think expecting more of a defensive pressure, just missed the layup.
Raiders will reset. Inside a minute 30 to go, first quarter. Regional semifinal action.
And that's one of the things you see with the Warren Harding offense, not much movement without the basketball. As we talked about with Menor, they need to continue to move to try to get open looks.
Smith kicks it out. Steinperson rims out. Rebound, Justin Fritz.
Yeah, tough shot there going to his left, almost able to knock it down, but now Menor the other way.
Fritz can't get the left-hander to go, out of bounds off the Cardinals. It'll be Warren Harding's basketball. Arthur Cook checking back in for the Raiders, as is Brandon Fritz for Menor.
And now Harding with a chance to take the lead, and Menor will switch from that zone press we've seen to more of a man-to-man look here. And
timeout. We have a timeout, a 30-second timeout by Steve Arnold, and the Harding Raiders is having trouble getting in. And want to remind you that Northeast Ohio Neighborhood Health Services believes it's important to feel good, and we're proud it's our 45th year of serving our community. A healthier Greater Cleveland is what we're working towards. Call 216-231-7700 or visit neonhealth.org on the web for more information. See a little bit of the pressure defense there by the Cardinals, kind of disrupting the flow of Warren Harding.
Yeah, and as we kind of talked about, that Warren Harding offense really hasn't done much without the basketball. It's a lot of one-on-one, a lot of penetrate and kick. They need to move without the ball to try to get open for better looks.
And that one just thrown away. Good defense by the Menor Cardinals creates the turnover.
Yeah, and so far that press is doing exactly what it's supposed to. It's creating turnovers. It's controlling the tempo of the game as well. And right now, Menor really doing a good job defensively containing Warren Harding.
1 minute to go.
Fritz nails the three-pointer.
Yeah, that's what they're going to need. Menor's got to start scoring here. They're getting stops. They've got to convert them into points at the other end.
Shaheed Davis, nice spin move. Can't get the bank shot to go. Out of bounds, it'll go to Harding.
Yeah, great footwork there by Shaheed Davis as he spun back, came back to the left hand, just put a little too much on it, unable to finish. But Harding will get another chance on the baseline inbounds here.
Harding will inbound it underneath their own basket. Stolen away. Wallach gets fouled.
And turnover is becoming an issue now for Harding as they're really struggling with that pressure of Menor, as many teams this season already have.
And really, that's Menor has to do that to keep the bigs from dominating for Harding.
Well, yeah, and we've seen it when Harding's been able to get the ball inside into those post players. They've had success, so really important to try to keep the ball out away from the basket for Harding.
Inside of 30 seconds to go, first quarter. Brandon Fritz holding it. Cardinals content to let it go down to 10 before they will head into some sort of offense.
And they're going to take the last shot of the quarter here and look to go into the second quarter with a bit of a lead.
Justin Fritz. That's Wallach. And they mishandle it. Turnover gives it back to the Raiders. 2.8 left.
Yeah, 2.8 is enough time for Warren Harding to get a shot off here. Let's see if they can get a good look at it.
Rashawn Smith going to launch from half court, and it will fall short. End of the first quarter. Mentor leads Harding in the first of our regional semifinal doubleheader. You're watching the Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week.
We're talking cars in Northeast Ohio. Let's talk Focus.
That is a hot looking car. I love something that has a sporty feel, getting that punch while still getting great fuel economy. It's a practical car, you know, so you got that mix of performance and practicality. They did a really good job with it.
The auto show is over, but $1,000 bonus cash is still here. Now lease a Focus for $179 a month or get up to $2,500 cash back when financed through Ford Credit.
So I'm gonna go test drive one and see what it's like.
STO recognizes outstanding MAC alumnus Paul Brown. This 1930 graduate of Miami skippered the Buckeyes to their first national championship in 1942. A three-time Coach of the Year, he led the Cleveland Browns to 4 AAFC championships and 3 NFL championships. 2 division titles for the Bengals rounded out this coaching legend's career. He has stadiums named in his honor in Massillon and Cincinnati. Paul Brown of the Mid-American Conference.
Sports Time Ohio recognizes Al Rosen. Rosen played for the Cleveland Indians from 1947 to 1956. Rosen had good power. He drove in 100 or more runs 5 years in a row. Rosen was also a 4-time All-Star. After retiring from baseball, Rosen became a stockbroker. 20 years later, Rosen re-entered baseball as an MLB executive. Al Rosen, the pride of Ohio.
Welcome back to the Wolstein Center. We get set for second quarter action. Let's head over to Amanda Turk. Amanda?
Guys, Coach K, perfect word to describe him in that huddle there, was furious. He was so mad. He said, guys, you look like a bunch of junior high kids out there, and I don't even think they would do that stuff. You're kicking the ball off your feet. You're dribbling right out of bounds. You're not even boxing out or crashing the boards. I expect to see that of you this quarter, and you better do it. Sounds like a little bit threatening to me.
All right, Amanda. Coach always intense and wants his team to get back to their style of play.
Well, and that's what a good coach does, regardless of the result of that first quarter. He's looking for his team to continue to try to play better basketball, and I would expect nothing less. Motivational speech, and Menor does have some things they can fix here in the second quarter.
Gaston and Davis both in at the same time, and they work it down to seed Gaston. And Hardin tripped.
And that's something they definitely can't afford. With this imposing front court in for Harding, if Hardin is able to start getting that penetration going, that'll open up dump-offs to other players, kicks to open shooters, and that's what Menor cannot afford.
There's Gaston again. Turnaround. Won't go. Good box out by the Cardinals as they come away with the rebound.
Man, I somewhat expected Menor to double there. Instead, they elect to go one-on-one. A good job defensively, and they forced the missed shot.
Trap on Fritz. He passes out of it. Wallach open for 3. Off the iron. Rebound, Jesse Hardin.
Now Harding making a definite commitment to get the ball inside to those horses.
Arthur Cook just inside the three-point line, knocks down the jumper.
And you see there, as the ball goes into the post, the whole defense sucks down, and that opens up the jump shot up top.
2-point lead for the Cardinals with the ball. Nice drive but Foreman can't finish. Rebound pulled down by Gaston. There's Davis. Nice little spin move, and he tosses it in.
Yeah, Davis, nice, tough move going to the middle, finishing with the right hand on a nice drop step.
Tied up at 15. Saheed Davis now with 4 in the game. Potter whistled for the travel violation. Turnover gives it back to Harding.
Well, and now all of a sudden it's Menor whose offense has kind of slowed down. We're not seeing as much movement. And you see here on the jump stop, instead of coming to a 2-foot solid jump stop, shuffles the feet, gets hit with the charge, and now the ball will go back to Harding, and Menor will set that press up again.
Smith gets it to Cook. They break the pressure, and they call palming the basketball. It's a good call.
Yeah, and the ball kind of got caught on Cook's hip there, and a lot of times, once it gets stuck there, your tendency is to put your hand underneath it. You'll see it here. It just kind of gets caught up on his jersey there, and ball goes back to the Cardinals. And let's see if they can get some of that offensive flow going that they had in the first quarter.
Harding's doing a nice job of pressuring Fritz pressuring him pretty much outside of where they normally would. On the drive, Brandon Fritz goes inside and gets the hoop.
And that's a tough finish right there by Brandon Fritz. Takes the contact, goes up, finishes anyways, and a very solid finish inside.
Now he's a wide receiver, so he's not afraid of the contact. And there you see him again, diving all over the floor.
Great hustle play by Brandon Fritz, giving that extra effort that you need in games like this. And those are the types of plays that are going to win this game. And although the ball goes back to Harding, you got to love the effort there of Brandon Fritz.
Delshawn Bell checks in for Harding.
And a very tall lineup on the court right now for Harding.
Cook loses it, but it goes off of Potter's hands. It'll still be Harding's basketball. Trubisky and Connor Krasancic check back in for Mentor.
You watch Mentor defensively, and they play defense fingertip to fingertip, and what that means is they're all playing with their hands up, and that almost essentially creates a 6th defender out there as all those guys really take up a lot of space.
Davis, nice move in the lane, can't get it to go. Rebound, Brandon Fritz gets it out to his brother Justin. Krasancic open for 3, rims out. Rebound, Gaston.
Good look there, just doesn't fall for Krasancic.
Harden, nice drive, he'll toss it in. Jesse Harden's first 2. We're tied at 17.
Yeah, he has that nice teardrop floater in the lane. Good touch there by Jesse Harden. Menor in their 5-wide motion offense, still trying to keep that middle open.
Trubisky travels on the baseline. Turnover gives it back to Harding.
Yeah.
Time to take a timeout. 4:53 remaining in the first half. We're tied, Harding and Menor at 17.
This is the kind of place that people know your name and they know you count.
Doesn't have playmakers? You can find playmakers right here at 9729 Granger Road, Garfield Heights, where the action is. Make Playmakers Sports Grill the only place to catch March Madness, college hoops, and high school hoops. 30 high-def TVs and the Monster 120-inch TV. Don't miss the St. Patty Day's party. Doors open at 8 a.m. Get a free breakfast with a beverage purchase. Playmakers, call 216-663-8000 or visit playmakersportsbar.com for more details. The new Playmaker Sports Grill, 9729 Granger Road in Garfield Heights, where the action is. And I imagine if you're Coach Krasancic, that timeout was not a pleasant one for the Menor Cardinals players.
No, I thought Menor played pretty well in the first quarter, and then they came out and started the second quarter very stagnant offensively, not much movement, not much going on, a lot of one-on-one, and we saw it result in a couple turnovers, and now Harding actually with a chance to take the lead in this ballgame.
Different flavor of the trap as they go to full court pressure. Trubisky knocks it free from behind. Wallach ahead to Justin Fritz. Fritz can't get it to go. Rebound ripped down.
Yeah, and Fritz too worried about the defender there, not worried about focusing on making that layup.
Delshawn Bell, basket and the foul. What a move by Delshawn Bell.
Well, a great move and a very difficult finish. Delshawn Bell absorbing the contact as he got undercut going up, banks it home. Take another look here, and there you see Mitch Trubisky just undercut him, and Delshawn Bell could not be denied. Banks at home, and now he's got the opportunity for the three-point play.
5 points in the game for Bell off the bench. Trying to make it a 3-point Harding lead. Can't convert the 3-point play.
Left that one short, and you can never leave it short. You always want to miss long at the free throw line.
Fritz, three-pointer. It goes off the shot clock, out of bounds. It'll be Harding's basketball.
And again, another quick shot. Not much going offensively for the Cardinals of Menor, and they've got to go back to that more deliberate style offense we saw in the first quarter.
Potter checks back in for Menor. Raiders throw it away.
And even though Menor doesn't come up with the steal there, the helter-skelter nature of breaking that press causes the turnover by Warren Harding, and they've got to do a better job of getting the basketball to the middle of the floor and looking to attack that press. Menor now back.
Tight defense on Fritz again.
Yeah, and they're back in that Princeton-style offense, trying to get some more movement going.
Fritz steps out, the three-pointer off the iron, rebound ripped down by Hardin, and then taken away by Trubisky. Krasancic gives it to Fritz. Three-pointer off the back of the iron again.
And Fritz got a good look that time, just unable to connect, and they need some of those to start going if Menor wants to take that lead back.
Gaston draws the foul.
Yeah, it's going to go against Mitch Trubisky as he came in and tried to attempt what's called a dig down. He came from the wing and tried to double slap the ball away as the defender puts it on the floor, and just a little too much arm there as he commits the foul. And there's really not much you could do when Rasheed Gaston gets it that deep, that good of post position, and Trubisky forced to commit the foul.
Second foul on Trubisky, 15th foul on Menor. They get it into Jesse Hardin. Gaston, nice spin move, puts it in.
And he's very tough down there. He's got good footwork, he moves well, good size, athletic, and Menor's got to do a better job of not letting him get that deep post position.
Fritz. Traveling violation whistled on Brandon Fritz.
Yeah, Fritz going to the middle there just took an extra step, hit with the travel, and so now another turnover for Mentor. And Mentor, normally the team forcing the turnovers, they've been the ones committing turnovers here, and that's the reason that they're down in this basketball game.
Cook, Irvin, and Davis check back in. And a blocking foul whistled on Brandon Fritz. Kind of stuck out his foot a little bit. That'll be the 6th team foul on Menor. Next one will put Harding in a 1-and-1. Also the 2nd personal foul on Brandon Fritz.
And we talked about how you can sometimes give up layups in the press. Another area of problems for a defensive pressing team is sometimes it can lead to some foul issues, as we're going to see Fritz forced to go to the bench, as you said, with that 2nd foul.
Jeff Foreman replaces him. Foreman checks in with 1 foul and 2 points. Irvin can't get it to fall. Nice rebound, pulled down by Potter.
And Harding's getting good looks, just not knocking down shots.
Potter, the 3, rims it in. Caleb Potter's 2nd 3 of the night, 6 points. It's a 1-point lead for Harding.
And a nice pass fake to set up that shot as Potter.
They work it inside to Davis. Nice turnaround. And rims out. Rebound pulled down by Justin Fritz, and he's fouled.
And I think that's going to go against Shaheed Davis, who
they got Irvin, it looks like.
Orlando Irvin. And
could have taken your pick. I think both of them fouled. You know, Justin Fritz just 2 for 11 here, and obviously such a big part of the offense. It's not like he's forcing it as a player. What goes through your mind at that point?
You just got to keep shooting the basketball. You're doing everything you can, and as a shooter, as somebody that's put the time in the gym, you just expect that they'll start falling.
There's a block by Shaheed Davis. as Foreman tried to take it inside, and Davis had none of it.
Yeah, Shaheed Davis, not only good athleticism, good quickness, but also great length and a good job of blocking that shot.
Well, the bad news for Menor is Justin Fritz is 2 for 11. The good news is they're down just a point.
Well, you got to be very happy with how Menor's played to only be down 1 here.
Good defense by the Cardinals. Everybody going to the deck. Somehow Davis, or Gaston rather, gets it back to Jesse Harden. And a 3-second violation. It's a good call. The clock's running, and when you get up, you got to get out of the lane.
Yeah, and it's tough because you hate that call as a player, but you are in the lane, and by definition, violate the rule. Ball goes back to the Cardinals, and a chance to take the lead back themselves.
Foreman again, blocked again by Davis.
Davis
still, you have to do that.
Absolutely, you got to continue to attack, but Davis, great length in there.
Harding a 1-point lead as we're 1:30 left in the half. 3-pointer measured by Cook, and he puts it in. Arthur Cook now with 5. The lead grows to 4 at 24-20.
Yeah, and a big shot there, and Arthur Cook left wide open. What did Menor expect? You leave a guy open, he's going to knock that down.
Potter buries another 3. Caleb Potter, 9 points off the bench on 3 threes. And it is now a 1-point deficit for the Cardinals.
Yeah, he's provided a major spark off the bench for Menor.
Gaston leaves it short. Rebound, Potter. Stolen away, getting up is Smith. Rashawn Smith throws it down. What a play by Rashawn Smith.
And Potter, after he commits that turnover, gives up on the play. You can't give up. Got to get back there and try to prevent that dunk.
3-point lead for Harding. Good look inside. Fritz draws the foul.
Yeah, and a good job there by Fritz, really attacking the body of the shot blocker, and that's what you've got to do there. And really, in that situation, you've either got to score or get fouled.
We mentioned Fritz struggling shooting, does have 5 points, 91% free throw shooter on the year. As I say that, he hits the back of the iron.
Hits it off the back there, but it's been one of those nights so far for Fritz, is just not really been able to find the touch, not able to find the range, and they're going to need him to figure that out in the second half if they want to kind of get that offense kick-started.
Kyle Morris checks in for the Cardinals. Fritz rolls the second one in. He now has 6.
And Menor a little late setting up the press there.
Throwing it down is Shaheed Davis.
And a bit of miscommunication setting up leads to the dunk at the other end for Warren Harding.
4-point lead. Fritz for 3. Can't get it to fall. Rebound pulled down by Gaston. Harden pushes it, draws the charge. Nice defense, and that's Justin Fritz.
Yeah, Fritz stepping in, getting his feet set as he saw Harden coming out of control, and good job there taking the charge, putting his body on the line for the team.
That's why the coaches and the teammates love Justin Fritz. Not only a guy that scores, plays defense, he'll dive for loose balls.
Well, and you can't control whether or not you make shots, but what you can control is how hard you play, the effort that you put in, and Justin Fritz brings that effort and that hard play every night.
Four seconds remaining. Fritz loses it. Good defense by Harding. Jump ball, possession arrow stays with Menor. 1.1 second remaining.
And now, a bad break there for Menor.
Fritz trying to beat the buzzer, and it rims out. At the end of the first half, Warren Harding leading Menor by a score of 28-24 as the Raiders playing extremely well. And let's head over to Amanda Turk, who has Raiders head coach Steve Arnold. Amanda?
Coach Arnold, you're playing a team right now that averages 90 points a game. You've kept them to 24 and a half. What are you doing that's working?
It's all about effort. Right now, we're just defending best way we can. Guarding the basketball, guarding the three-point arc. You know what, that's only one half of basketball. We're also doing a great job of not allowing them the 50-50 ball. So you know, we have another 16 minutes to go.
Offensively, you're doing a great job breaking the press. It's just not always transitioning into shots. What can they work on this half?
Well, we worked that you can't turn the ball over against Menor, especially in the backcourt. That's where they hurt you at. So, you know, we got to do a better job, continue to do a better job of taking care of the basketball, securing the basketball, and not just allowing them to turn it over. We turn it over and they hit threes.
All right, Coach, thanks. Good luck this half. Guys, back to you.
All right, Amanda, we appreciate it. We'll take a quick timeout and be back with halftime activities. 28-24, Harding leading Menor. It's the Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week.
It's the
28-24 our score. Let's head over to Amanda Turk. Amanda?
Thanks, guys. Coach, on offense, you're getting a lot of good looks. They're just not falling.
You're exactly right. I mean, our best player's got to knock down some shots, make some layups. He's done it all year. We've been down the last 2 games at the halftime, so hopefully we'll make a run in the third or fourth.
Now, on defense, how are you going to adjust?
We just got to keep him away from the boards, and hopefully we get a few steals on 25 and get a little run.
All right, Coach, good luck this half.
All right, Amanda, we appreciate it very much. Coach K, it's right on the money. I mean, Fritz has done it all year. He's one of the leading scorers, not only in the area, but in the state. And we touched on it. He's got to keep shooting. They don't get here unless he makes a lot of those shots that he's.
Well, and realistically, they don't win this game if he doesn't start knocking down some of those shots. You know, you don't want to say that this is a one-horse show, but Fritz is a big part of what Menor does. They design a lot of their plays to go for him. They run a lot of plays for him. So he needs to knock down shots. And it's not just the outside shots that he was missing. We saw him missing some layups. And to take
Good
a look
at the stats.
Yeah, and 9 for 30 in the first half for Menor. 5 of 14 from beyond the three-point arc. Not bad numbers, but that 9 for 30, a lot of those came in and around the basket. Also, 7 turnovers, an uncharacteristic number for Menor. They've forced 9, but have not been able to convert them into many points at the other end. So for Menor, they've got to start scoring. They've got to turn turnovers into points, and they've got to take better care of the basketball.
Harden with it. Steinperson on the drive. Good look inside. Gaston banks it in. Gaston now with 8.
Gaston's been tough inside, and as long as he continues to get deep post position like that, he's going to continue to score.
Brandon Fritz. Wallach for 3. Puts it in. There's a good sign. Danny Wallach knocks down his second 3.
And that's one of the things about Menor. They've got so many different guys that can knock down shots from the outside, and the three-point shot can be an X factor. Menor's going to use it to try to catch back up.
They get the turnover and get the ball right back. Harding with a 3-point lead, 30-27. Good patience again. And there we're going to get a charging foul called on Brandon Fritz.
Yeah,
his third.
A very smart play there by Gaston as he stepped in and took that charge.
Jesse Harden steps on the sideline. Turnover gives it right back to the Cardinals. Good defense by Mitch Trubisky.
Yeah, great job there of cutting off the ball handler. And Warren Harding needs to keep the ball away from the sidelines. The best way to attack a press, especially a trapping press like this that Menor is running, is to get the ball to the middle of the court.
So once again, the Cardinals trying to cut into that 3-point Harding lead. Good patience by the Cardinals. Wallach dumps it inside. Brandon Fritz to his brother Justin. Nice reverse, and it comes out. Rebound pulled down by Gaston. Off his knee, and it'll be Menor's basketball. Good defense by the Cardinals.
And there's one of those layups the coach was talking about as Fritz went inside, unable to finish again around the basket. And he's really got to start finishing on those layup opportunities.
That one went down and came out. Rebound, no good as Trubisky can't get it to go, and it's pulled down by Cook.
And another tough break for the Cardinals as they miss another layup opportunity inside.
Jesse Harden with it. Smith to the hoop, puts it in. Good, strong drive by Rashawn Smith.
And how about the hang time there to hang in the air, adjust the basketball, kept his body under control and able to finish in traffic.
Wallach. Three-pointer by Fritz, hits it. Justin Fritz knocks down the three. He has 9. And that's back to 2.
And that's what shooters do. They continue to shoot the basketball, know they're going to get something going, and there Fritz does.
Gaston lowers the shoulder. Fritz draws the charge.
Yeah, and that call is made at the other end when Gaston takes the charge. And a lot of times if you take one, you will be apt to get one later in the game. You'll see here again, he lowers that shoulder, and a good job by Fritz taking the hit, puts his body on the line. Good job there by Fritz.
If he doesn't lower the shoulder, that's probably a no call.
Absolutely.
Wallach swatted. That was Jesse Harden, and he hit that into the Menor bench.
At Jesse Harden with his best Karch Karai impression there, the volleyball slot. Take another look at it here. Waits on the pump fake, times it up, and then throws it into the stands, basically. What a nice
Great timing.
And that's one of the toughest things about shot blocking is that timing. And only the special ones really have it.
Fritz, good defense again by Smith. Fritz comes up with the ball and a timeout by Mentor. I'll tell you what, the Harding defense on Fritz has been outstanding. They've been up on top of him, and that's more than anything why he's having trouble. They're literally inside his shirt.
Well, yeah, and what they're saying is, hey, we're going to focus our whole defense on you, and if somebody else beats us, so be it. But they have made the commitment, Warren G. Harding, that is, to not allow Fritz to beat them.
Northeast Ohio Neighborhood Health Services believe it's important to feel good, and we're proud this is our 45th year of serving our community. A healthier Greater Cleveland is what we're working towards. Call 216-231-7700 or visit neonhealth.org on the web for more information. So the Cardinals down to have the basketball.
There's another player that Harding's got to find.
Potter on the drive, draws the foul. A nice job by Caleb Potter to take it to the hoop. And we will take a timeout, 4:52 remaining, third quarter. Harding leading by 2, but when we return, the Cardinals will have 2 free throws. It's the Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week. Center, Menor trying to tie this up with 4:52 to go in the third quarter. We'll have free throws coming up here in a second. Who says Cleveland doesn't have playmakers? Playmakers are right here at 9729 Granger Road, Garfield Heights, where the action is. Make Playmakers Sports Grill the only place to catch March Madness, college hoops, and how the action is. Good look at Steve Arnold and the Harding Raiders, who have done a nice job of keeping this Menor offense in check with their defensive effort.
Well, it's going to be Caleb Potter at the line as we return here, and Caleb Potter, we saw him hit the 3 threes earlier in the game, and on that last possession, he caught it, and we saw all the Harding defenders fly out at him. Thinking about those earlier makes, Potter realized that pump fake, took it to the rim, got fouled, and now he's got the opportunity at the line.
9 points off the bench, misses the first free throw. A 6'3" sophomore, so huge minutes in a big game for Caleb Potter.
Well, and in a game where your star player isn't giving you your normal production, you need other guys to step up. Potter's done that.
Misses both free throws, knocks it out of bounds. Mitch Trubisky will check in for Connor Krasancic. And It will be Harding, the long pass. Smith puts it in.
Yeah.
Good look by Bell.
Rashawn Smith can really fly around that rim. He just hangs up there, finishes it nice off the glass.
Fritz draws the foul. It'll be whistled on Delshawn Bell.
And see, that time Fritz understood. You know, he's not shooting the basketball very well. So what does he do? He takes it, attacks the rim, draws the foul. That's a very good, smart senior play there by Fritz.
Makes the first one. Fritz in double figures now with 10, the leading scorer in the game.
Well, and you also can then use these free throws as an opportunity to kind of get that touch going, get that feel a little bit so that maybe next time down you're a little more comfortable shooting that jump shot.
11 in the game for Fritz. And checking in will be Brandon Fritz. He's got 3 fouls.
Mentor's got 6 players on the court at the moment.
If they let you do it, see, a man advantage as it would be, but
Mentor starts out man-to-man and then immediately traps.
Jump ball.
And what they're looking to do is they want to let Harding get the basketball in, but then they immediately trap that first pass and take away the outlets, and it's worked well so far for the Cardinals.
Possession arrow goes with the Cardinals, so they turn it over. Wallach thought about the 3. Fritz off the mark, rebound Brandon Fritz. Danny Wallach pulls up from 17. Rebound pulled down by Shaheed Davis. Men are all over Davis, and he puts it up court.
Decides he's going to tuck it and go himself.
And Fritz gets whistled for his 4th foul. Brandon Fritz, his 4th. 4:13 remaining in the 3rd, and that's going to bring Caleb Potter back in.
Yeah, and Brandon Fritz, one of the bigger bodies out there for the Cardinals, and so this could be a big development as Harding's got that big lineup in again right now.
It's Davis with it. Harden pulls up. No, rebound pulled down by Potter.
A little strong off the glass. It's Harden.
Potter open for 3. Front of the rim, follows it, and gets the basket. Great job by Caleb Potter to follow that miss.
Yeah, and if you're on this Warren Harding coaching staff, you're gonna be very angry with that one.
Davis throws it down. Great look by Jesse Harden.
Yeah, then Davis may have hurt himself coming down off the rim there.
Back to a 2-point lead for Harding. Fritz for 3. Rebound pulled down by Foreman. Stolen away. Jesse Harden runs it down. 2-on-1. Harden dunks it! Wow! Over the defender.
That was ridiculous. Harden rose up and throwing it down, and this place is going nuts.
That was like a slam dunk competition dunk. He went over the defender.
The elevation.
38-34, and a offensive foul.
And a push on Jesse Harden because he wanted us to be able to see the replay of that dunk. And what, I mean, unbelievable play by Harden. He gets up, take a look here. Look at the elevation, the extension. Oh, that's a great play. One of the better plays you're going to see in high school basketball this season.
Timeout on the floor. Harding a 4-point lead. And that is absolutely fearless, taking the ball to the hoop. And Jesse Harden, 4 points in the game, a 4-point lead, 2:50 remaining in the 3rd quarter. That's one of those momentum type swing plays.
Yeah, well, and we talked about earlier a little bit, getting the crowd involved. Harding came with a very large crowd, and on that dunk, that whole crowd erupted. And now you can feel the energy and the excitement here at the Wolstein Center. A big play, and a great job, and what a nice dunk.
And again, the Harding fans on their feet as Warren Harding has now pushed it to a 4-point lead. Cardinals with the basketball. Open for 3, Potter nails it. Caleb Potter throwing him in from everywhere. He has 14 now.
And no one's defending him offensively. They don't box him out when shots go up, and Potter's been able to do whatever he wants here today.
Nice move in the open court. Harden, or actually that's Smith, and he will draw the foul. His bodies are flying everywhere. Smith a little banged up. Rashawn Smith on the drive.
With that many people going down around the legs and the knees of other guys, you're just glad to see everybody getting back up. Here's that high-speed collision again. And Caleb Potter kind of gave a little hit there, as well as looked like
Delshawn Bell trying to walk it off.
Danny Wallach. Yeah, it looked like he got kind of rolled up on the ankle from behind there by Danny Wallach as he fell. And it's tough because it can be a very painful thing, anything dealing with the ankles.
KJ Steinperson gives him a breather. Smith misses the three. Rebound pulled down by Irvin. Follow won't go by Gardner. And now Fritz grabs it.
What a play by Justin Fritz there.
Trubisky for three. Back of the iron. Potter grabs the rebound. Stolen away by Rashawn Smith.
And Potter's given great minutes to the Cardinals off the bench. Didn't come up with that rebound, but doing a good job of fighting inside.
Trubisky whistled for the push on Arthur Cook. That'll be the fourth team foul.
And as this game has tightened up on the scoreboard, it's also started to tighten up with this crew as they're really kind of buckling down, calling a tighter game here in the second half.
Trubisky with his third foul is replaced by Connor Krasancic. Inside of 2 minutes to go, third quarter.
And Warren Harding's going to run a high ball screen here.
Steinperson kicks it out. Cook misses the three. Rebound pulled down by Jeff Foreman from Mentor.
Yeah, and Cook probably could have swung that one more to an open teammate for a better shot.
Fritz draws the foul. Nice job by Justin Fritz. Head to the line where he could give Mentor the lead.
A good job attacking there. How about Rashawn Smith? Even on that foul, just the elevation.
That's his first personal foul. Team foul number 5. The line for Mentor is Justin Fritz. 2 shots.
Mentor ties the game, and on a night that your best player really has not played all that well, if you're a Mentor fan, you've got to be very happy to be taking the lead here in this game at 39-38.
Well, and we mentioned Fritz hadn't played well. He's 13 points. So I mean, he's taking a lot of shots, but he is finding a way to get points on the board.
Yeah,
Mentor with a 1-point lead now.
And when he's gotten to the free throw line, he's been able to capitalize. That's been a big part for Fritz.
Great job breaking the press by Harding, and then they pull it back out.
Going to show a little patience here and set that offense up.
Cook draws the foul.
And they're going to hit.
Mentor foul on number 5, Connor Krasancic.
First foul on Connor Krasancic. 5th team foul on Mentor. Both Mentor and Harding 5 team fouls. 1:15 to go in the third.
And now is when these free throws really start to become important as a tight game getting down to the wire here.
Cook misses the first one. And Shaheed Davis checks in for KJ Steinperson. So Cook trying to tie things up with 1:15 remaining in the third. And he does. Arthur Cook now 6 points.
Good job knocking down the second free throw there by Cook. So as we said, every free throw is going to start to count here as we get to the stretch run of this game.
Harding extends the defense. Fritz baseline, blocked by Davis. 2-on-1. Smith draws the foul. Good aggressive job by Rashawn Smith to take it inside Danny Wallach whistled for the foul.
Yeah, and you see Danny Wallach try to get position, but his feet are still moving. You can see him still sliding over as the contact occurs. And if you don't have those feet set, it's going to be a blocking foul, and that sends Rashawn Smith to the line to shoot two.
Rashawn Smith misses the first one. We're still tied at 39.
And now the free throw miss is starting to become a factor.
Smith splits him. He now has 7. 1 point lead for Harding. Menor with the ball.
And Menor's kind of gone away from that Princeton look that they were using earlier.
Fritz, nice cut, draws the foul and gets the hoop. Justin Fritz throws it in. He now has 15. He'll go to the line looking for 16.
Yeah, great body control there. You see here, Fritz takes the hit, adjusts, switches it to the left hand, puts it up off the glass, gets the bucket and the foul. And that's the Ryan Fritz that you want to see. I'm sorry, Justin Fritz that you want to see if you're a Menor fan.
Caleb Potter checks in. He'll give Jeff Foreman a breather. Both teams 16 fouls. 33 seconds remaining in the third. Harding down 2 with the ball. Davis pushes it to the hoop. Finger rolls it in. Nice drive by the big guy. He now has 10.
Yeah, that's just too easy for Davis. Someone's got to stop the ball.
Long 3 for Fritz. Front of the rim. Rebound pulled down by Rashawn Smith. And it looks like Harding might hold it for the final shot. Three-pointer, back of the iron, knocked around. And it will be Menor's ball, 1.1 seconds remaining third quarter.
So Menor's going to probably try to look to get something over the top here, going long.
Fritz tried to draw the foul, but nothing called. End of the third quarter. We're tied at 42. Don't go anywhere. 8 minutes to decide who advances to the regional finals. It's Harding and Menor on the Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week.
It's the
16 points, 10 of them in that third quarter. But welcome back to the Wolfstein Center. Justin Fritz, 16 points, 10 of them in that third quarter. But really the thing that has kept Menor in this ball game has been the play of Caleb Potter, the 6'3" sophomore off the bench. Knocks in a three-pointer there, comes back with another three-pointer.
And he was able to get it going early in that first half.
Another three-pointer, 4 three-pointers, 14 points off your bench from a sophomore.
And what you're not seeing there is his efforts on the glass. He's done a very good job, especially grabbing offensive rebounds tonight. As you see there, 14 points off the bench, a great boost. Caleb Potter has been a big part of why Menor has been able to stay in this basketball game.
And Justin Fritz, 10 points in that third quarter, 16 in the game. So Potter really one of the reasons that Mentor was able to hang in it while Fritz was struggling.
Yeah, now you expect to see Fritz, who's kind of got it going a little bit, to really take off here in the fourth quarter.
Foul whistled.
Yeah, Shaheed Davis commands so much attention in the middle that the defense collapses on him. A little too much contact, and they pick up the foul. That'll send Davis to the line to shoot 1-1.
7th team foul for Menor, so Davis shooting 1-1. Wallach's third personal foul. Uses every bit of the rim, but it goes in.
I think they call that the shooter's touch.
11 in the game now for Davis. Cardinals in some foul trouble. Wallach with 3, Trubisky with 3, and 4 for Brandon Fritz.
And that's not good. You know, if they lose really any of those guys, they're going to be in a tough spot for the remainder of the game, dealing with that inside presence of Warren Harding.
Three-pointer by Krasancic, front of the iron. Rebound pulled down by Garner. Gaston muscles it in.
Basket by Rasheed Gaston.
Gaston just bullies his way to the rim, fights it up, absorbs the contact, and he's just so strong down underneath. A very good job of composing himself, not getting hit with the charge, but then being able to go up and still finish. Take another look here. You see him go to the middle. He uses that right hand, absorbs the contact, puts it up there, and does such a nice job.
If you're Menor, you have to put pressure that you don't get, that Harding doesn't get the ball.
Yeah,
down.
absolutely.
Once they get it down there, there's not much you can do. You can foul them, which is not advantageous because you got so many people in foul trouble.
Well, and that's what you have to do against a good post player. You can't defend a good post player once he has the ball, because once he has the ball, it's too late. Your defense on a good post player has got to occur as he's coming down in transition, as his team gets into the offense. You've got to fight him out of that position, not let him get it down around the basket, and force him off the block. As we just saw there, when these Warren Harding bigs get it down on the block, they're a load to handle.
And the other thing is, what Menor has had success doing is putting pressure on the guards so that it's very difficult to get it into the bigs.
Absolutely, and both making it hard to get it into the bigs, trying to create turnovers, and a big part of the run there in that third quarter came off turnovers. They're going to need to continue to apply that pressure here for the remainder of this game.
Fritz working against Smith. Nice drive, Fritz gets the hoop.
And a good job there on the high ball screen by Mitch Trubisky to get Fritz free, going for the layup, and now Menor trails by just one.
18 in the game now for Justin Fritz. Nice pass for the dunk, Gaston. Good look by Smith.
Yeah, and when Gaston's able to step into it like that, there's not much you're going to be able to do. Goes up and throws it down.
Three-pointer by Connor Krasancic, and the coach's son answers.
Yeah, Krasancic left the last one short, said I'm not going to do it again. Gets that one up there and knocks it down.
Gaston whistled for the charge.
Yeah. A break there for Menor as they force another turnover. That's the fourth foul on Gaston, and Fritz gets the benefit right there as he steps over, draws the charge. And so now fouls becoming an issue for both of these basketball teams.
Well, the advantage Harding has is they can bring in Shaheed Davis, and he's very similar.
Well,
but two of those four fouls are on charges. So credit
You've also got
defense.
Arthur Cook in there, who's also got some pretty good size.
Foreman kicks it out to Fritz. We're tied at 47. Like the Cardinals' patience. Justin Fritz. Trubisky, the 12-footer. Back of the iron, rebound pulled down by Urban. And now Jesse Harding brings it up. Good defense by Brandon Fritz, but he's on the end line, the baseline, so it'll be Harding's basketball underneath their own basket.
Yeah, a break there for Harding as Shaheed Davis threw a very ill-advised pass right to the Cardinal defender. You'll see it here, but then as Fritz comes down with it, just lands on the baseline there.
Yep, back of the heel.
Ball back to the Raiders.
So the Raiders in the half court.
Well, and if you're a member of Warren Harding right now, you have to be thinking, try to take your time, work the basketball around, and make this game as short as possible. And Harding's going to just work the ball around out top.
They try to work it in. Davis. Foul will be whistled on Wallach, I believe. If it is, it's his fourth. And it is. Fourth foul on Danny Wallach when we return.
His fourth personal foul, team foul number 8. There's an official.
When we return, Saheed Davis will be shooting 1-1 for Harding. We're tied at 47, 4:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. The Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week here on Sports Time Ohio. Welcome back to the Wolstein Center here at Cleveland State. It's the Notre Dame College High School Basketball Game of the Week. Menor fans, Harding fans excited, 4:49 to go. And one of these teams will be headed to the regional finals this weekend, just one win away from a trip to the Division I State Final Four.
And this game has not disappointed at all. 47 apiece, just under 5 minutes to go. And really been a great basketball game so far. You know, talk about Justin Fritz struggling a little bit early. He's really come on here in the second half, started to knock down some shots. Warren Harding's been getting a great effort from their committee of interior players, if you will, as really all those guys have been playing solid. So both teams have really been getting good play out of their strengths, especially in this past period. And now as we get down to it, we're going to see which team's strength is able to win out.
Saheed Davis will be shooting 1-1. This is the front end of it. Rebound Jeff Foreman for Mentor. And free throw shooting has been a problem for Harding here in the.
Well, and missing a front end of a 1-on-1, you know, in a lot of people's minds is almost as bad as a turnover, because you give the ball back to the other team and miss a great opportunity.
Mentor calls a timeout.
And now some confusion as to where the ball will be spotted coming out of the timeout.
Wanted to make sure it was under the basket, not on the side.
Well, and that can be very important, especially, you know, with Warren Harding, you know, maybe considering a press or some different things coming out of the timeout. It's very important to know where you've got the ball in drawing up a play. And so they just wanted to make sure they had everything in the right place. Seems that they do, and it's going to be Mentor basketball.
So Brandon Fritz, Justin Fritz, Danny Wallach, Jeff Foreman, and Caleb Potter on the floor for the Cardinals. Davis, Smith, Irvin, Cook, and Jesse Harden for Warren Harding. Nice pass to Fritz on the weak side, and he gets the hoop. I think we know why. We wanted to know if he had it underneath.
Yeah, nice little quick hitter there to get Fritz a good look.
Cook comes away with it, gets it down to Davis, and he throws it in. Nice break by the Raiders, and now they come back and steal it away. Davis now with 13.
And another turnover for Mentor, as that's really been the Achilles heel here tonight. Harding again is just going to spread it out, try to eat up some clock.
Nice crossover, Harding. And Jesse Harden puts it in.
Yeah,
Harden with 6 now for Harding.
That was one of the nicer plays we've seen here tonight. Harden with the nice crossover and then goes up, knocks it down off the glass. A nice shot there.
Wallach, 3, puts it in. Danny Wallach, a big 3. He has 9, Mentor by 1.
What a resilient team this Mentor bunch is. Every time they seem to get down, every time they get hit with a punch, they come back with one of their own, and they've done a great job of that here tonight. And again, Harden's going to hold it out top, take their time, try to work the ball inside.
Raiders down by a point with the ball inside of 3 minutes to go. Harden, back of the iron. Irvin can't pull down the rebound. Brandon Fritz does, and he gets it to Justin Fritz. And now the Cardinals have a 4-on-2. And the Raiders hustle back. Foreman the 3, back of the iron.
And Foreman stepping right into that one in good rhythm. Looked good, but just put a little too much on it, hit it off the back rim. Again, Harden's going to get the ball out top to Jesse Harden.
I like what the Raiders are doing. They're trying to find a way to get a crease and then maybe dish it off, or the jump shot by Smith won't go, rebound Fritz.
Well, and they're trying to spread Menor out to not allow them to be there in help side, but Menor's doing a good job of not chasing Harden out beyond the perimeter, and now Menor has the ball with a 1-point lead and 1 minute 50 seconds to go here in this ball game.
1:45 remaining, fourth quarter. Cardinals with the basketball and a 1-point lead. Timeout. Menor, good timeout. Again, you want to make sure that you get the absolute shot you're looking for in this situation.
Absolutely, and with the way the rules are in Ohio high school basketball with no shot clock, you really don't have to do anything until the defense forces you to do so. So for Menor, I would look to get some kind of a dribble weave or something going out top, keep the ball moving, and force Harden to come out and foul you, send you to the free throw line.
Great crowd here at the Wolfstein Center for this regional semifinal doubleheader. And really, you couldn't ask for 4 better teams. I mean,
no, absolutely not. And what a game to start the night out. Menor leading Harding 52-51, a minute 40 left. It's been back and forth all night. Take a look there
the Warrior for the Raiders having a little too much fun.
Well, and that's one thing. That Harding student section has been loud. They've been having fun all night. And I think that their team has been able to feed off some of that energy, has really played well in this second half when they were going towards the end where their student section was at. I think they've gotten a boost from their crowd.
1:38 remaining in the fourth quarter. Mentor with the basketball and a 1-point lead.
And I expect to see Menor using screens here to get I'll just throw it in.
Gaston checks back in for Harding. He has 4 fouls.
And Harding seems content to let Menor work the ball around.
Now you watch, and if they get the ball to Brandon Fritz, they may try to foul him. Just a 57% free throw shooter. Everybody else for the Cardinals shoots at least 70%, 71% or better on the floor. Timeout for Menor, 1:03 remaining.
Well, and that right there, Menor almost makes a big mistake. You can't go to any of the corners. Those corners act as extra defenders, so very important for Menor here to try to stay out of the corners as Harding's going to try to trap anytime they get a chance.
So after this, Menor has 1 timeout, Harding has 2. And the other thing to keep an eye on is for the people on the floor, Justin Fritz shoots free throws 91%, Wallach 87%, Trubisky 73%, Connor Krasancic 75%, Brandon Fritz 57%. So that's why when he had the ball, you saw the Harding defense rushing him. Even if he would make both free throws, still a 1-possession game.
Absolutely, and then you have to wonder though, who's your big shot taker going to be for Harding? You know, obviously you've got your major scorers are both post players, so then you look to Jesse Harden. Jesse Harden's played well here in the second half, but has not attempted a single three-pointer. As a matter of fact, the entire team has only attempted 4. So it's going to be an interesting coming down to the...
Arthur Cook shoots 3-pointers at a 43% clip for Harding. Jesse Harden has taken more of them, and he shoots 37% from three-point range. So those are the 2 guys to look for.
Yeah, so for Menor, if you do get fouled, you do get that lead.
Good hands is Arthur Cook playing defense.
Menor almost committing a turnover there. That's the last thing you can afford. If nothing else, the only thing you don't want to do here is commit a turnover.
And the Cardinals remove Brandon Fritz from the floor. And Justin Fritz gets fouled inside a minute to go, and he is a 91% free throw shooter.
Well, and you've got to, otherwise Menor runs the clock out, there goes the game. But, you know, you wish that maybe you could send somebody other than Justin Fritz. Justin Fritz, you know, your senior, your best player, the guy that, if you're Coach Krasanchik, you want him at the line.
Absolutely. And if you're the Menor Cardinals, there's probably nobody else that you want taking these free throws. Rims the first one in, 21 points in the game now for Justin Fritz.
And Fritz lets out a sigh of relief there at the line after that one drops. That's a very big free throw, and now a chance to extend this to a three-point game.
And he does. 22 in the game.
So now Hardin doesn't need a three here. With still just under a minute in this game, they can try to get a quick score and hope for a turnover.
Or go inside and try to get a three-point play the old-fashioned way.
But they've got to get something going here as they're taking a long time to get into their offense.
Good defense by the Cardinals. Timeout by Harding. They now have one timeout remaining.
And both teams with one timeout now.
Both teams 18 fouls, so both are in the 1-and-1, neither in the double bonus. Both teams one timeout remaining. If you're looking at three-point shooters again, Jesse Hardin, 37% from three-point range. Rasan Smith, 40% from three-point range, and Arthur Cook, 43% from three-point range. So those are all pretty good guys that can hit threes. Let's listen into the Harding huddle.
Box set. It's a box set. It's a box set. Just early on the hard. That's hard. Saw. What's the need at? Here. Yes, he is there. Hard, you're coming out like that. Yes, it's going to come straight away.
And what you see him talking about is a different variation of a common inbound play called the screen for the screener. And so you'll see a cross screen, back screen to try to get a guy open underneath, as Hardin is going to be looking to get a quick basket and then throw that press on.
And if you're the Cardinals, you've got to defend the three, and that opens up
Absolutely.
the back cuts that you're talking
And
about.
Harding's going to be trying to get the ball into Rashid Gaston right here on this quick cut. You see him go under right now.
Defended well by the Cardinals.
Very good job by Menor.
Harding gets it to Gaston. Basket and the foul. And I believe Brandon Fritz just fouled out as well on that play.
And Fritz not wanting to give up the easy dunk, decides to tie Gaston up, but Gaston with great strength. You'll see it here. Look, and he goes up and finishes. Take another look at it here. Man, great finish inside. Ill-advised foul by Brandon Fritz on that one. He fouled out.
And again, he's a sophomore, so learning process. Not really the type of situation you want to learn that in, but.
And so now Harding has an opportunity to tie the game, and the clock is stopped.
Gaston, front of the rim, he misses it. Rebound, Justin Fritz. Stolen away by Smith, and he lays it in to give Harding the lead. 18 seconds remaining.
And Fritz just lost the ball.
Fritz to the hoop, gives it up. Potter can't get it. And a foul is whistled on Foreman, I believe.
Yeah, unbelievable. Fritz losing the ball in the backcourt. What a development now. Take a look here as the shot.
Actually, good defense.
Yeah, the shot by Porter defended very well, and then Menor commits the foul, and now Arthur Cook at the line with a chance to extend this lead for the Raiders.
Cook is a 71% free throw shooter. It's the 10th team foul, so it's the double bonus now for Harding. Makes the first one. Cook 7 points in the game, but how about Rasan Smith with that steal and bucket to turn that into a lead?
A great finish there, and then a good job defensively at the other end.
Back of the iron, rebound pulled down by Potter. 9 seconds remaining.
They're going to have a chance at it.
Fritz Wallach for three. Off the rim, Potter tips it out, Harding has it. And Warren Harding throws the ball in the air. They're going to put a little bit of time back on this, I believe. But Jesse Harding there'll be .7 on the clock, and I believe Jesse Harding will be at the line.
And so with .7, conceivably you could get a shot off if you're Menor. .4 is the amount of time allotted for a player to get a shot off. Anything under .4, they won't even count it as an attempt. But at .7 seconds for Menor, they will have a chance after these free throws to get a shot off.
He makes two, and it's a 4-point game, and the point is mute.
Yep. So it's, again, we're back to the big free throws for Harding.
Jesse Harding, 78% free throw shooter on the year. Perfect on the first one.
That big free throw there.
Jesse Harding. Rims out. Potter. And that will do it. Warren Harding advances.
Nope. They're going to say that
Menor called timeout.
Called a timeout.
They had one left, and Menor did get a timeout called.
Now the question will be how much time is put on the clock. And they're going to put it back to .7.
.5. .5 is on it.
.5 now.
Now they have to take it all full court.
Yeah,
so it's got to be a half-court turn and throw something up.
And you're down 3, so really it's going to be either a catch short and long heave, or they're going to try to go for the long pass. Only problem with that long pass is when you go for that long pass, it tends to take longer to get the shot off. So we'll probably see the desperation heave here for Menor.
So here's the situation, 0.5 seconds remaining. Harding a 3-point lead. Mentor has the ball underneath Harding's basket. They need to go three-quarter court and catch and shoot. Ball was tipped.
Yeah.
And that's the ball game. Ball was tipped. That's the ball game. Mentor loses to Harding 57-54 as the Harding Raiders just a awesome job of coming back and winning this basketball game.
Yeah, Menor was up and down the whole game. Some good parts, some bad parts. I thought Harding did a very good job of staying even-keeled, giving a very continuous effort throughout this ball game. That led to the 3-point victory for the Raiders.
And it looked like Menor had an advantage, and then huge defensive play by Rashawn Smith comes up with the steal, turns it into quick points to make it a 1-point lead. Let's head over to Amanda Turk as she is on the court and making her way through the celebrating Warren Harding Raiders. And Amanda has a Raider who came away with a big play. Amanda.
Huge steal at the end of the game there. You took a gamble, it paid off. How are you feeling right now?
I mean, we worked hard all week, preparing for defense, knowing what they was going to do. So, I mean, I knew he was going to be looking for the foul. I knew he was going to be out of control, so I just moved my feet, and the ball came loose. So I just laid the ball up, and that's all I know. We worked hard.
Offensively, you guys were able to break the press the whole game. I mean, it didn't always transition, but you guys kept doing what you needed to do.
Yeah, that's thanks to our coach. Our coach, like he prepared us well for the game. He prepared us for the press breakers, for everything. So I just put that on my coach, set that to my coach.
What can you take from this game into Saturday's regional finals?
We got to play the same effort. We got to play the same effort to get the same results.
All right, congratulations. Go celebrate. Guys, back to you.
All right, Amanda, we appreciate it very much. Rashawn Smith comes up with a huge play that turns what was a 1-point deficit into a 1-point victory for the Warren Harding Raiders, and we're gonna bring Steve Arnold in here and get a few words with Coach Arnold as his Warren Harding Raiders kept fighting, and got it done as Warren Harding advances to the regional final with a 57-54 win over the Menor Cardinals. And we are joined now by Warren Harding's head basketball coach, Steve Arnold. And Coach, congratulations, a nice job. Take us through the back end of that. You kind of called a timeout, and talk a little bit about the play that Rashawn Smith made, because that was huge.
Well, Rashawn took up on the challenge of taking Justin Fritz, who's an outstanding basketball player, one of the best players in the state. But I tell you what, our team defense, I thought, for 4 quarters was the best we played all year. And the play Rashawn made was just a play of a heart of a champion.
Now, I know you haven't had a chance to go in and talk to your guys. What are you going to tell them? I mean, that was a great effort. Tell me what you're going to tell your team when you...
Number one, how proud I am of them, how determined they play, how they didn't quit when we had adverse situations, but they found a way to win. And you know what? We're coming back on Saturday to play for a regional championship.
Coach, your team did a very good job defensively of forcing Menor into some turnovers, something that they're more often known for. Talk a little bit about what your team was able to do defensively, both against Menor and also specifically against Justin Fritz.
Well, what we worked on in practice all week, it was just man against man. We weren't giving help. And a couple times, I think when Wallach hit the 3, Jesse Harden helped too much. But we just took the approach. We're man on man, not giving help. But we really talked and communicated. And it was just, you know what, when you put the onus sometimes on your players, it's one-on-one. You know, sometimes it's not X's and O's, it's heart and determination.
Well, you guys definitely had that tonight, Coach. Thanks.
Thank you very much.
Coach, what was the key to this as you look back at it? What enabled you to come away with this one?
Our defense, I think our size gave them problems in the paint where they had to shoot over our length for 4 quarters. We had some block shots and some shots that they normally would make in the paint. We altered some of their shots with our length, and then we were able to capitalize. We're used to running, but we didn't want to make it a racehorse basketball game for 4 quarters. So we talked about tempo, and we put something in we called yellow, meaning layup only or a shot in the paint. And so we were able to control tempo.
Is that tough for your guys? Because, I mean,
yes.
you have so many athletic guys that like
Yes.
to get out and run.
Yes.
But how proud are you of the fact that they realized that was the way that you could
That was the
bring
only
your
way we
bigs
want to be
in?
able to beat Menor. We see, you can't get up and down because they try to out-possession you. And in those possessions, they're going to shoot threes. So coming into the game, we said we can't allow them threes. We can't trade 3 for 2. You know, we'll come down and get a dunk, but they come down and hit a 3. So if the game's over, it's 3-2 Menor. So that was the objective, not to give them threes, and to control tempo and to get the ball inside.
What about your big guys? Your guards did a great job of getting them involved, and that clearly was the advantage that you had.
Well, we worked every possession we worked on in practice. We said the ball has to touch the paint. And you notice when we hit a couple outside shots, the ball had touched the paint, and it was inside out. We just didn't, a couple times we took a couple quick threes, but we worked on inside out. And we wanted them, if Rashid or Shahid or Orlando got the ball in the paint, if they doubled down, we were going to kick it out. If not, it was one-on-one in the paint with our post.
Coach, we appreciate your time
Thank you very much. See you
Best of
Saturday.
luck to you Saturday.
Thank you very
Thanks
much.
very much.
Thank you.
Steve Arnold, a very happy coach as Warren Harding defeats Menor 57-54 to advance to the regional final Saturday night. We'll be back to wrap this game up and look ahead after with 13, 9 for Rashawn Smith, including that big steal, and 7 for Harding and Cook. And a look at the final stats.
And, you know, Menor held to 18 of 54, did not shoot the ball very well at all, only 36%